It's Do Time with Pastor Steph.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. You're on with this Do Time with Pastor Steph. How are you this morning? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. For this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So, where were you last week? Last week, I'm going to give you a little highlights. We had our switch with Shantice, and we got the tip, don't celebrate with the wrong one. Who are we giving our celebration to? Who are we giving our life to? Well, are we with the enemy or are we with God? See, there's only one way with God. See, we like to float and kind of straddle the fence. And he said, listen, I'd rather you be hot or cold, because if you come straight down the middle, if you're lukewarm, I will spit you out. You've got to know who you playing this game with. You can't be on for God on Monday and Tuesday you living a life of the enemy. You with the father of lies. That's not going to work. It is not going to work. It might work for you, but it won't work for God. And that's what's wrong with most Christians. They are lukewarm. They can't seem to get together which side of the fence they want to be on. So, Shantice advises, don't celebrate with the wrong one. Now, only you can determine which one is the wrong one, God or the enemy. Well, we talked to our girlfriend Vivian and her Socially Conscious Wednesday, and we talked about Mayor Mom Donnie here in New York City just getting his foot across the doorstep, and the people are not happy. They are complaining. He wants to make city more affordable. Yes, he wants to make New York City more affordable. So the first place he's hitting is the delivery drivers. Yes, our Uber Eats drivers, our Door Dashers. And he's like, okay, listen, they need an increase, but where is it going to come from? Is it going to come from the restaurants? Or is it going to come from the consumer when they actually order? Well, everybody's unhappy because we don't know where it's coming from. The restaurant people say, hey, I'm already charging what I want to charge, and if you increase, people not going to want to buy. The consumer says, hey, wait a minute now. I don't have all that money to eat and to give the Door Dashers and the Uber Eat drivers. Listen, you said you were going to make it more affordable. Sounds to us like it's becoming more expensive. So, he's not getting too many thumbs up these days, unfortunately. All right. Well, we talked about the couple who turned into the kidnappers when the ICE agents are at it again. They woke up on a man, 24-year-old Mr. B. They approach him about his immigration status. He refuses to answer any question. He gets into a car where there is a 23-year-old female driver. He tells her, pull off. She pulls off, but the ICE agent has now joined them in the back seat, and he tells her to stop, but she said, I'm going. And she didn't stop until they got to the police precinct. Well, now they're in a pickle because he says, I told her to stop. She says, I wasn't stopping. Now, they have been charged with kidnapping, among some other things. But how could you kidnap somebody who got in your car? He could have gotten out if he was scared for his life. He wasn't locked in. He could have jumped out. At least that's the way I see it. That's the way the Do Time crew sees it. So, what you gonna do? Now they got to go to court. Now they locked up. Now everybody's unhappy again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And one of the other highlights of the week is when we saw the video of the woman who paid 24 plus almost $25,000 for her husband to get out of a baby mama drama back child support payment. Oh my goodness. And that wasn't the only bill he had. He has another one waiting in the wings. And after she proudly finished paying the $25,000 to that baby's mama, she then says, whoo, on to Japan. They are on their way to Japan. So it leads you to believe that he could not, maybe his passport was in jeopardy, and they couldn't go nowhere. So now you just paid for him to go to Japan. Now he broke here in the United States, and you gonna take him broke to Japan? I just don't understand it. We talked all week about these women who just keep on doing these things. Is it because of low self-esteem? Is it because of low self-worth? Absolutely. Because if you thought more of yourself, if you thought more highly of yourself, you would not subject yourself to these things. Well, there were so many more things that happened last week, and I sure hope this is just a recap and you didn't miss it. But if you did, it's okay. Just go back to YouTube Live right here, a Closer Walk Christian Media Network, and you can watch every single episode we had. We also had Monday night's episode of There's More to Be Said, and that was a doozy in and of itself. And last night, last night we introduced a new segment. Let's talk about resilient living. What does God say? Well, Pastor KL and myself, we got to talking about our topic, keep showing up. And then we went into prayer with the Word Prayer Project. Baby. Boy, talk about engagement. I want to say thank you to everyone who not only joined, but who was loading up that chat room with conversation and feedback. Man, I tell you, it was some hot topic, and it was a prayer. Again, I always tell y'all, nothing tops the prayer request. So we are just so grateful to God that He has given us this platform just to do whatever it is we need to do when we're down and out, when we're happy, when we're in between. All you have to do is turn this on. Yeah, 24 hours a day, it is on repeat right here. If you want to do Facebook, just go to Coach for Christian Life. You can catch us live, or you can catch the playback. If you can't watch, but you can listen, you can go to Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Audible.com, Amazon.com, Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts. We are on any streaming service pretty much. Yeah, on any streaming service. So if you missed any of that went on last week and anything before that, all you got to do is catch up. Okay? All right. Well, this morning, today, it is our first Monday of February. We have blown through January of 2026. We are already in February. Can you believe it? Well, we are shaking the Monday morning blues today, and I invite you to come on for the ride. I don't know what we got going on. The news was just about killing. I don't know what God will send our way. We got a couple of crazy relationship videos. So hang on in there. Go ahead and get that healthy breakfast. Go ahead and tell somebody, anybody, everybody that it's due time with Pastor Steph is on. And whatever you do, don't go anywhere, because we will be right back.
Don't want your kidneys destroyed, stop taking these 5 supplements now before it's too late. Number 5 will shock you because health influencers promote it as anti-aging without knowing the danger. So here's everything you need to know. You should watch this video 2 more times. Like it, save it, and share it with someone who needs it. Number 1, high-dose vitamin C supplements. Taking more than 1,000 milligrams daily causes oxalate crystals to form in your kidneys, creating stones that lead to infections and permanent kidney scarring. Number 2, creatine creatine powder. Creatine forces your kidneys to work overtime, filtering waste byproducts. And after 40, this accelerates kidney decline, leading to chronic kidney disease requiring dialysis. Number 3, herbal detox teas. These teas contain toxic compounds that cause acute kidney injury, and people have gone into sudden kidney failure after just 1 week of detox tea cleanses. Number 4, collagen powder. High protein supplements overload your kidneys with waste that they can't process, and this can cause irreversible damage to your kidney filters. And number 5, it's the one almost every woman takes without realizing the risk. Calcium supplements without vitamin K2. After 40, calcium goes to your kidneys instead of your bones when you don't take K2 with it. This forms hard stones that block urine flow, causing infections and kidney failure. Women taking calcium alone have 6 times the kidney stone risk compared to those who don't supplement. Once calcium stones form, they keep coming back, and each stone causes more permanent scarring. If this was helpful,
Good morning, and good morning again. Welcome back to It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. Yo, I gotta admit, ever since Shanti started taking over the morning tips, the PSAs, she has blown me just out of the water. I don't even try anymore because I just wasn't coming up with those type of PSAs. She is really doing her thing, man. That was quite informative about your kidneys and kidney stones and taking supplements and not taking them properly. Oh, go back and listen. Go back and view. You can catch it. If you missed it, ain't nothing to do. How do they say? Shanti says that was viewer submitted. Thank you. Thank you very much. Listen, we just send them in. If God says go, we will go. That was a good one. Thank you so much for your contribution. Now I can say that to you directly. Thank you for that contribution into today's episode. All right. Well, you know what we do each and every morning. I must say good morning to my loyal viewers and to our new viewers. So if you're in the room, I need to let you know. I don't know you're in the room unless you check in. You know, you can see one another on Facebook. You can see one another on YouTube, but I can only see you if you say howdy and good morning to Pastor Steph. So please make sure you get that done. We got to check it from our boy Serge. Hey Serge, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. We got to check it from our girl Ketty. Hey Ketty, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining on. We got a brand new name I see coming up here, and I don't know. I'm just gonna say Keith. If it's wrong, please forgive me. But good morning back. Thank you so much for hitting us up. Thank you for joining us this morning. Got another brand new face, Clarissa. Good morning. Thank you so much for shouting us out and saying good morning. We've got Hype, and I'm hoping that P4 is something clean, because if that's the case, we'd love to have you. Thank you so much for checking in. We got our girl Tamika in the room. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. Tamika says, wow, 3 of those I have taken in the past, all before 40. Thank God I've been delivered. Amen, amen, and amen. Again, if you are in the room, make sure you check in. We can't go any further without thanking the ladies that keep us held down each and every morning. Let's say good morning to our girl Shantice. Hey Shantice. Let's say good morning to our girl Anika. Hey Anika. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for just hanging out in the wings, doing your thing from behind the scenes. We'll take a listen to Shanti's a little later. Oh, we got, if Miss Grace, if you're out there, good morning, good morning. Make sure you stay warm and toasty. And we hope you have a blessed day. All right. Well, you know what we do every Monday morning. We get our health tip. And this morning, viewer submitted, we have those sneaky signs that you're dehydrated, even if you're not thirsty. Now, you'll see Pastor Steph always drinking her water, her tea. Boy, my mouth is thirsty. And ooh, I know I'm not dehydrated. All right. They say staying hydrated is critical for feeling good and operating at our best. Our body is made up of an average of 60% water, and it requires water to function on numerous levels. We need more than 2 hands to count the number of awesome things water does within our bodies, but some of its main jobs include removing waste and toxins. So we got to make sure we keep our bodies lubricated. And we've got a check-in from, let's see who's checking in, Landon. Well, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Keep on listening and get these tips for those sneaky signs that you're dehydrated, even if you're not thirsty. All righty. So they are giving us some mental and physical signs of dehydration. Well, one of the things is if you have bad breath. Woo! They say bad breath has many causes, including dehydration, because saliva has antibacterial properties and the creation of saliva requires water. When you're dehydrated, salivary production goes down because your body has to do some hydration triage and divert fluids to its higher priority locations. So they're saying the ability to fight odor-causing germs in your mouth may not be efficient when you're dehydrated, causing bad breath. So make sure if you're smelling your breath, because let me help you with something. You smell you before anybody else smells you. All right. So if your breath is bad, first thing you want to ask is if you're drinking enough water. Okay. Now, bad breath can come from many different sources, but we're talking about being dehydrated and really not understanding or knowing it. One of the other signs that you could be dehydrated, is if you are feeling hungry. They say it's very possible that you're actually hungry, and go ahead and eat. But there are times when you feel peckish or notice cravings, and they say that's when you're craving a lot of times salty foods because you're really thirsty. Okay. They say it's very important to pay close attention to that fact and for you to learn and know the difference. Okay, so the next time you feel hungry but aren't sure why, maybe you just ate and don't usually feel hungry immediately thereafter. Well, ask yourself, am I dehydrated? Are you drinking enough water? That's just the bottom line. And you gotta always ask yourself that question. So drink a glass of water and wait about 15 minutes. And then if you're thirsty again, then you may need to drink some more water. Okay. But always just do that water check-in. Okay. You know how much water you drank, and you know the last time you drank the water. So let's get that going. All right. Another sign that you might be dehydrated is your head is pounding. Okay. They say that there's no real explanation as to why dehydration brings on headaches, but the expert believe that pain receptors in the brain that are attached to the membrane layers to protect your brain and your spinal cord need to have that fluid. Okay, so being dehydrated can cause fluid to shift out of the brain, putting pressure on those membrane layers and stimulating pain receptors as a result. In other words, the headache is a possible clue that you've gone too long without water. Oh, stop the press, stop the press. My girl, Miss Charlene, is in the house. Hey, Miss Charlene, so happy to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're talking about, ask yourself, am I dehydrated? There are signs that you are dehydrated despite the fact that you're not thirsty. Okay? They say your focus is off. Wow. Well, we did talk about the brain, right? So that makes sense. If you're having trouble focusing, they said you might want to drink some water. Dehydration can lead to a lack of ability to focus, causing short-term challenges in performing tasks related to motor and visual skills. Wow. So they're saying even mild dehydration can cause cognitive issues, which is why they recommend setting alarms throughout the day to remind you to drink. Now listen. Let's talk about this thing for a hot second. For those of you adults who are still walking around talking about, I don't like water, just stop. Just stop. Did you just hear? The first few things. It doesn't sound like we can afford to be without water. You have bad breath. You want people talking about you. You feel hungry and you're getting fat because you're really not hungry and you're just eating. You got constant headaches. Your head is pounding and your focus is off. Your cognitive ability is not flowing properly. Yo, does it sound like you have room in your life to not like water? We're not kids. You need to understand the importance of water. I am still hearing people groan talking about, I don't like water. Listen, figure it out. Whether you like it room temperature, whether you like it cold, whether you like it in between. If you're listening to our girl Athena, who will actually be here on Thursday, our little health coach, and her advice about when to drink water or how to drink water in the morning. There's this huge thing about drinking hot water in the morning. Yeah. Do your research. I don't know where I heard that from, but I've heard it a couple of times over these last few weeks about drinking hot water in the morning and how essential it is. So listen, if you get your day started off with water, then you should, just listen, pick up a cup a day. About a cup every couple of hours, not even a cup a day, cup every couple of hours, and you won't go wrong. Listen to all the things that we're suffering with, and we don't even feel thirsty. But our bodies could be going through dehydration and we don't even know it. You're constipated. For those who have a hard time going to the bathroom, they say it's constipation means if you're having less than 3 bowel movements per week. And it's very common with Americans. They say roughly 16 out of 100 adults have symptoms of constipation. And that's coming from the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. And they say one of the culprits of constipation may be dehydration. Water aids digestion and it helps you go to the bathroom. Okay? All righty. You're grumpy. Wow, I got to hear this one because that's the first time I'm hearing anything about that. They say while lack of sleep is largely responsible for a negative mood. Dehydration, they say, can also play a role in spoiling your state of mind. If you're feeling cranky, impatient, or annoyed, they say check your water intake. You could possibly be dehydrated. They say dehydration can cause neurological effects that lead to irritability. So the next time you snap at somebody, check your water intake. Wow. Wow. Oshanti said the PSAs have been promoting drinking hot water in the morning on an empty stomach. All righty. So, are you dehydrated and you just don't realize it, even though you may not be thirsty? And some of the signs: you have bad breath, you feel hungry, your head is pounding, your focus is off, you're constipated, and you're grumpy. Oh, they got one more. They say your skin feels less elastic. Okay. They say the dry skin is not necessarily a direct sign of hydration levels. Skin elasticity is. So they ask you, have you ever pinched your hand to see if it snaps back quickly back into place? Well, if it doesn't, it turns out this is a pretty effective way of telling if you're dehydrated. So they say to test, use 2 fingers to pinch your skin on the top of your hand, your lower arm, or your abdomen. And if you're hydrated, it should tense up and release. Snap it back into place immediately. They say when you're dehydrated, your skin loses some of the elasticity. It needs to snap back immediately. Now, they are telling us how much water we should drink. And that's really different for everybody. Some experts suggest drinking half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you should consume 80 ounces of water a day. Now, most times we've heard you drink 8 glasses of water a day. But again, they say that's not scientific evidence that that's really enough for another person. Because listen, they said that if you weigh 160 pounds, you should consume 80 ounces of water. But if you only drink 8 glasses, that's only 64 ounces. So you would be short. So, you may be saying, hey, why I got to drink so much water? We just heard, what was that, 7 reasons? So let's catch up. All righty. Ooh, I'm thirsty this morning. That might mean my sugar level is up. Oh my goodness gracious. All righty, let's get to talking about some stuff. What's the news talking about this morning? I gotta tell you, this weekend, the news was just filled with murder, she wrote. Oh my goodness gracious. If this one wasn't killing that one was killing this one. And boy, so I really did some research to find as much regular news or different news as much as I could. I came across an interesting, very interesting article out in Ohio. You got 2 sisters, and there was the younger sister, called the police for her older sister. When the older sister, when they showed up, for some reason, they tried to arrest her. And they're saying that the first call probably should have never been made, but it was. And when the police showed up and started to arrest the younger sister, the older sister, Toy, started recording. And for the record, they want us to know, and I've seen this a few times, they want us to know that despite the cops saying, stop, put the phone away, you are legally in all states of America, you are legally allowed to record. It is not illegal to record. Most times they don't want you to record because they doing something wrong. Well, they told us older sister to put the phone away. And when she wouldn't, 4 Ohio cops pounced on her and then fabricated some charges, as they've been doing like crazy these days, and leaving her with permanent injuries. So, this is really crazy. One of the reasons why I brought this story to you is because I want you to help me determine whether this was justice or not, because I have my own thoughts. We got to check it from our girl Teresa. Hey, Teresa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So they say the incident took place at about 10 minutes to 10 on April 23rd, 2022, when Toy's little sister called the police and made some complaint. Well, they showed up and they said that they don't have a definitive explanation for the phone, for the call to the police. Okay. But what happened was when she pulled out her phone, the older sister Toy pulled out her phone, that she was told to take down the phone, stop recording. Okay. They say they definitely approached her much more aggressively than they should have. They say they took the phone from her and they pounced all over her, leaving her with a concussion, closed head injury, knee sprains and contusions. Injuries that still affect her up to today. Now, here's the problem. The attorney asked for the video and they have not responded yet. Okay. All they have is the first video. So right now it's like allegations, pretty much, they're saying. Now, here's the problem. When they went to court about this, none of the cops showed up. None of them showed up because when they checked the reports, like each of the 4 cops had to give a report. And when they checked the reports, all 4 reports, they never merged. Everybody had like a different account. Now they all have a different attorney and they have been advised, don't show up to court, because if you don't show up to court and they don't press it, then you don't have to say what happened. And if you don't say what happens, then you throw caution to the wind, and now she ends up with what she ends up. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. So because of this, they did find in her favor, because she ended up losing her job. She was left with permanent pain and injuries. And they said that she should get at least $25,000, and she ended up with $27,500. Now, she lost her job. She ended up with a concussion, closed head injury, knee sprains, and other stuff that even affects her today. And all she got was $27,500. You would get more than that if they calculated like because one of the things they always do when you go to court for something like this, they always add up like lost wages. What was she making that they didn't even give her more than $27,500? I don't think that's anywhere near what she should have gotten. And the fact that they didn't show up to court, not one of the four showed up to court. Oh no, you done. You done. They should have given her much more just because none of them took the time to show up. We don't care why. Out of 4 people, not one show up, you know something is wrong. And they're saying that they were advised not to show up because when they checked, none of their stories matched. How y'all don't get your story together? Lord have mercy. That's kindergarten 101. If we did something together, get our stories straight. We get our stories, our information merged. Yo. So I don't know. Y'all let me know whether y'all feel if $27,500 was enough, because that don't sound like enough to Stephanie. That's just me. Oh, I had this story last week, and it ended up coming up this week, and it was pretty sad. And I didn't want to, but it keeps coming up in the news. So out at the University of Mississippi, they had a student, and his name was Sheldon. Nope, that wasn't him. Jimmy J. Lee is who was murdered. Now, he was a student who went to the University of Mississippi, and they say he ended up missing. Now, Jimmy Lee, who was well known as Ole Miss LGBTQ+, yeah, that's what they called him, Ole Miss, he disappeared on July 8th of 22. Now, they charged Sheldon Harrington, 25. Now, Jimmy Lee was 20. They have Sheldon Harrington, 25, who they actually charged with the murder. But they ended up dropping the charges. So as they were going back and forth to court, they ended up dropping the charges because they didn't find the body. He was just missing. So when they did their little, investigating and asking questions and things like that, it comes to find out that, being that you don't have a body, they can't really charge anybody with murder. So, now I want to make sure did he go to the school, this Sheldon Harrington? I don't know yet. I don't know why I'm vaguely reading that. But definitely Jimmy Lee was openly gay. He was known to dress like in the picture. He was well known in the LGBTQ plus community. And again, when he came up missing, they went to Harrington and charged him. So unfortunately, they went back and charged Harrington because when they looked and saw some of Jimmy Lee's final texts, they showed that the two of them had been in a relationship, that Jimmy Lee's car was later found abandoned in a parking lot, and it was not too far from Harrington's address. And back in February 25, they ended up finding Jimmy Lee's decomposed body, which was about 90 minutes from where he lived. And although they could not quite get what the cause of death was, they ended up going back to Harrington, taking him through the trial and finding him guilty. Now, one of the things that helped them was because despite the fact that in the beginning he kept saying that he was not a part of this missing boy's life, they found that too many of the connections went to him, and he did finally admit to killing Jimmy Lee. So now he's facing, let's see, quite a bit of time. He's facing 40 years in prison for killing Jimmy Lee. And they said the reason why he said he killed him is because he was trying to wash away the evidence that they were together. He didn't want that information to get out. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Listen, if you do it, you do it, and just admit to it. This is so silly. So now, 40 years in jail? Oh, you really gonna have to face the music, my dear. You're gonna face the music. Because guess what? You gonna be like that regardless of whether you want it to be or not. Because when they get the news that that's who you are, oh, you done. You done big time. You're done. You're done. And that's really, really sad. Really sad. Your whole life is gone. You're 25 years old. I am so tired. And I keep saying this. I'm so tired of seeing our young people. I don't care what nationality you are, but especially our young Black people. Why are we giving our lives away to this system over stupid stuff? Listen, if you have chosen that life, then live it. The only one that you really got to worry about is God. So here's the problem. So now you're living the life, you're hiding it for whatever reason. For whatever the reason is, you don't want people to know. Because clearly Jimmy Lee didn't care because he was openly gay. And maybe because Jimmy Lee was openly gay, he really hid who you were. If that's who you are, then that's who you are. So now you done gave up your whole life. 40 years in prison. So you're going to be 65, God spares your life when you come out of prison. So your whole little 25 years of living is going to be spent the next 40 years in jail. So you spend 25, how many of those years? Let's say 5 years. You spend hiding, 6, 7 years you spend hiding, and now you're going to be in jail for 40 years. Yo, y'all need to make better decisions. I'm sorry. You really need to make better decisions. Let me see. I don't want to talk about those other things. I'd rather talk to my Due Time crew. Let me see what's going on with my girl Tamika and what she got to say about this madness. We got to check in from Miss Herlima. Good morning, Miss Herlima. Thank you so much for joining us. Tamika, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you today?
I am well, thank you. I am well. Oh, girl, let's get to talking. We've got these two stories this morning. I just couldn't even go any further because these two right here that just killed me. So help me. So you have this young woman, Toy, who her younger sister calls the cops. They don't know why she calls the cops, but she calls the cops. They show up, and for whatever the reason is, they arrest her. And Toy starts to film. They get angry because she's taping what they're doing, and they pounce on her so bad that she ends up with a concussion, closed head injuries, knee injuries, and other various injuries. She's not able to function. She ends up losing her job. She sues, and she only comes out with $27,500. And that happened in 2022. And she is still in a great deal of pain and discomfort, even to today. Is that $27,500 sufficient, in your opinion?
Absolutely not. No, I called you to help me. And then you bounce on me. I don't know what the situation. Well, we don't know what the situation is, but and it might have been just the whole thing of, oh, you gonna call us and you gonna videotape? Oh, no, we coming on you. And then my thing is, they didn't even have the decency to show up at all. And like you said, if we did something wrong, or whatever the case may be, it's four of us. We can't find one time somewhere to talk together, meet together. On the phone, you don't even have to be. I mean, technology makes it amazing. We could do a Zoom call, all of us.
Okay.
And let's talk about the situation so we can get it straight. And you didn't show up. You didn't give a story. You didn't even have the decency to show your presence. And then it's kind of like, well, just pay the girl. Give a little something. Give us something. And that 27, that's not gonna make the task or anything. She's still bruised, ruined, lost her job. That's a lot, and you're only gonna pay me just that 27. That's not fixing anything. I still got to deal with my sister.
Right, and the concussion alone could actually leave her incapacitated and not functioning at her fullest capacity for the rest of her life. And even if they didn't show up, to me, that would have been a reason why she should have gotten more money.
Exactly.
She still got more money. I don't know, girl. You just can't find decent justice anywhere. Well, wait a minute. I just got a question for you. What's your husband doing in the room?
Well,
where's Brother Al?
He can tell you for himself.
Brother Al, where you at? Hold on. Good morning.
Chop of the morning. Chop of the morning.
Good morning. Well, we always glad to see you, but what you doing home?
So what happened? My school, they do a lot of stuff, and so they got this grant check money coming to them, and they don't want to wait. So they was like, "Well, Mr. Bynum, you live in Brooklyn. Can you go to 65 Court Street and pick it up and just come in when you can?" I said, "Come in when I can." Okay, no problem.
Wait, Brother Al, are you telling people you going to pick up a check? We may have to send an escort with you.
No, I'm going to put in my account. I'm going to pop from the barbershop and get it cash.
No, sir. I'm not going down with you.
I never said I was sharing it with you.
Oh, no. Let Pop from the barbershop take it. Let him do it.
That's right. There you go.
He's going to be meeting Big Bubba, Tamika. The same man who's always sending everybody to Big Bubba.
No, I'll be able to pay Big Bubba off.
All righty. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. What say you about this $27,500? Is this sufficient enough? She's rewarded this. Is that a reward, an award?
Absolutely not. She got the wrong lawyers. Why she didn't call Top Dog Law? You always hear the commercial. Why she didn't call Top Dog?
Or what's that? Sabino 888-8888.
Yeah, she didn't call the right lawyers. I really think she just didn't have the right lawyers. But seriously, they hurt you up like that, and they just say, "Here, give her $27,000 and get her out of here." That's crazy.
That's crazy. It sure is. It sure is, Brother Al.
Top Dog.
Well, send her the number to Top Dog, Brother Al. Maybe she can get that, the real justice, the real amount that she needs to get. Because who's ever heard of $27,500?
And then, you could take it so many different ways. Like they said, "Oh, she black, she'll take anything. Just give her $27,000. She'll be happy." I would even I'd be like, "What?" No, she didn't have to take the settlement. She didn't have to take it either. She could have said, "No, we're not doing that," and go further with it. So she messed up by taking it.
Right. And like you said, it's because we don't have the right people in our corner. to help us fight properly, where we would know that 27. Where's she living, up in the backwoods? Because anybody in the city, they would have been like, I want my money. 27,000 ain't no money. Nah,
Absolutely.
she living up in the backwoods where she's thinking that that's some money. Yeah, unfortunately, they just ripped her off.
Oh yeah.
They really just ripped her off. Oh, let's see what Pastor KL has got to say in all of this.
Good morning,
Hey,
good
Pastor
morning, good morning.
KL.
How y'all
How
doing?
are
How
you?
y'all doing? All right, how are you?
Good. Thank you. Is $27,500 enough for a concussion, closed head injury, knee injuries, other injuries, loss of her job? Should she have gotten more, or should this was reasonable?
She should have got more. I'm trying to get some money from running my own stuff off. I'm trying to get some money. You know what I mean? I'm not understanding. Definitely. She sold out. She just hold out just a little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely. Had she gotten the right attorneys, like Brother Al said, she definitely would have gotten more money. And these Ohio cops, they got off scot-free, because I don't see anywhere in here where they were fired. I don't see anywhere. So they didn't get fired and you didn't get any money. Well, listen, who sounds like they made out? You or them? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. All right. We got another story. So you have Jimmy Lee, who is an openly gay individual attending the University of Mississippi. And he was murdered by 25-year-old Sheldon Harrington. And he was missing for quite some time. They thought maybe Harrington did it based on some information that they got, but there was no body, so they really could not charge him. Well, upon doing more research, and then a year or so later, Jimmy Lee's body surfaced, and it's decomposed, so they really can't tell the cause of murder. The cause of death. That doing a little more research, they found out that Harrington probably did it, so they charged him, and later on he confessed to the actual murder because he said he did not want anyone to know that he was dating Jimmy Lee. Brother Al, is this a reason to kill somebody?
No, what's wrong with these people? Okay, you say you didn't want nobody to know that you were dating him or her, whatever you want to say, but you should have been dating them if you was ashamed of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna sit there and say, okay, I don't want people to know, so the solution is to kill them. And you gotta explain this to Big Bubba.
For 40 years.
For 40 years, you're gonna be under Big Bubba. And everybody gonna know that one.
Okay, right. Ain't no secrets.
Wow, that's crazy.
Ain't no secrets.
That is insane.
Tamika, what are we talking about here? You have just given away 40 years of your life because you didn't want someone to know who you were dating.
And for nothing, literally. Either choose one way or the other, and you tried to absolve yourself by literally getting rid of him entirely, and then like Al said, you Big Bubba find, oh, that's what you did? Oh, you like men? Okay, no problem. We friends. Put your hand on my pocket for 40 years.
Wow. Pastor KL, what say you? Is this does this even make sense that you're living this life and now you're so ashamed of what you're doing that you end up killing someone else?
Well, my question would be, are you living the life? Is it a choice that you made, or was the choice made for you? Meaning that when you was dating Jimmy, was you dating Jane and thought it was Jane? Did you know it was Jimmy? And then now that you figured out it was Jimmy, now can't nobody know that I made this mistake. Can't nobody know that I got caught up like this, so I killed you. You know what I mean? What was it on purpose? Did you know, or did Jimmy look so good as Jane that you never investigate?
Well, they say he was openly gay, so everybody knew. That's what the article is saying. That this is not hidden. It's not hidden.
Sushi this day when you were served. No more cornbread for you. No cornbread. As often as you do it, we do this in remembrance of Jimmy.
All righty. Well, unfortunately, I do want to ask about, it just sickens me that these people consistently give their lives away to the system. And, I just want a quick conversation about that. And I'll start with you, Tamika.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I mean, you knew you had that type of attraction, apparently, and you open up the doorway, and then you kind of you took this man's life. Did you not think that eventually they were going to find you? And then after finding you, life is over for you. 40 years. You know how much more you could do, with your life for 40 years. You were done for. And it's horrible because there's so many things that you went to school, obviously, to get ahead, only to now be incarcerated for 40 years. What can you do in there with 40 years? And then when you come out, you got to learn life completely all over again. You're so far behind the ball until, we have no idea what your life is going to be like 40 years later.
Oh, boy. Oh, Brother Al, we just giving our lives away one by one, two by two.
It's crazy. And of course, you guys know I work with the kids, and they think that it's a joke. It's something they bring. And I look at them like, well, I don't care if I go to prison, if I go to jail, I'll go, I can handle it. And I'm like, but why would you want to be locked up like an animal? And I have to explain to these kids, like, do you understand what that means, being locked up? That means you're so horrible, you don't deserve to be on the street. You need to be behind a cage like a wild animal. So these kids is glorifying it and thinking it's okay. And even sometimes with these gangs they got now, it's a thing where or in order to join the gang, you had to been in prison before and you had to do this and that. And these kids are doing it. I mean, you don't understand. I'm telling you, Pastor Steph, the stuff I see with these kids and the things that they're doing is insane to me, and they just willing to do it. I just want to tell you this right quick. I know it's a tad bit on top. Just what happened was, I was looking now. They have a new challenge with the kids, and the new challenge. And I didn't know until I saw the kids at the school. And the new challenge is to curse at your parent. So they sit there with their phone filming, and their parent is cooking or doing something, and they curse at the parent. But majority of the videos I see, the parent then knocked the what out the kid.
Yep, I saw that. Yep.
So I'm telling you, man, the enemy is on our kids. We got to pray for our kids.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen that.
40 years. You in prison 40 years. By the time you get out, cars gonna be flying. All type of
Yep. Yes. It's so sad. It is so sad. Pastor KL, we're watching these kids give away their lives.
Listen, back in my days, if you had a concussion challenge, because that's what it was if you cussed out my mama. That's concussion challenge. If you had a concussion challenge back then, we wouldn't be giving up 40 days, or 40 years. We would have been dead today. You couldn't, I don't know about the light-skinned ones. You know what I mean? You might have been able to talk to Becky like that. But you was not talking to any of our mamas like that. You know,
No.
and videotaping it, you would have videotaped you being rolled to ICU. And everybody would have been like, I see you in ICU. You know what I mean? That's just crazy to me. You know? But I don't understand why these people, you know, you get all these pictures and all these movies about jail and stuff like that, but they don't think it's real. And then not only that, the Negroes who come out of jail paint the picture like it was okay. Oh man, this is what I did, man. They couldn't get me. They did it, you know, like it's okay to go to jail. Like it's a fun thing. I don't know if you remember, but when we were children and we got close to the stove, Mama kept on saying hot, hot, hot. And we didn't care about it. We didn't believe about it until we touched it. And then we realized it was hot. Guess what? We didn't do it again. But the difference is when you go to jail, you don't want to go to jail to realize that this ain't for you, that it's hot. Some things can be prevented.
Yep. And not at 40 years. You don't want to get 40-year sentence and realize it ain't for you, because there ain't no turning around. You're going to have to live that thing out unless, you know, you do some other things to get yourself out of it. But you stuck. You're really stuck there. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, thank you for indulging me on our news. We got a Relationship Monday going on. And we've got 2 videos that I would love to hear your feedback. Due Time Crew, as well as this room. Where my Terrence and Brian at? They be turning it up in here. Everybody else is listening, but we'd love to hear what you think. So, Shantice, let's go.
Check it. I need to have a conversation with you.
All right.
I need you to start helping with bills around here. It's been like you've been living here for 12 months. Like your dog is here. Like I'm taking care of both of y'all.
Okay. What you expect me to do?
What you mean? You got enough for a double cup of whatever is in your cup, but you don't have enough to help me with bills. You got a vape right there. You have to buy a vape, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy a vape. I smoke vape.
Why are you putting the money in your pocket? That's money.
That's my money and my pocket.
That's money that you can give me to help pay these bills.
No, sir. No, sir. No,
You
sir.
got your friends running in and out of here. Like, no. I need some help.
I can't help you. First of all, I'm gonna tell you off the rip. I got 6 kids and 3 baby mamas. Ain't nothing I can do for you.
Okay, so why are you here?
You want to be with me?
So you're not gonna help with bills. You're not gonna help with nothing.
No. What
You don't
the
help
hell?
my kids do homework. You don't have nothing.
What I got to do with any of that? Like, I'm in a relationship with you.
Yeah, and it's a package deal.
Man, listen, man. I'll tell you about a package I don't know about. Hell nah.
Well, you and your dog can go because I'm not. Nah.
So you're going to put me and the dog, you're going to put me and Coco out. First of all, because she's not a dog. Her name is Coco. You're going to put me and Coco out because I can't help you pay bills for you and your kids.
Yeah.
And we together.
Yeah. I go to work 12 hours a day in the hospital.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay. And I'm doing it.
Okay,
by
take care of
myself.
yourself.
So I'm taking care of everybody by myself is what I'm saying. I need help.
Oh, well, don't ask me for no help because I can't help you. You supposed to take care of yourself and your kids.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work out.
What? It's not going to work out.
No, it's just not gonna work out.
Who's really wrong? That's all I gotta ask. Who's really, really wrong? I'm gonna start with you, Brother Al.
You know I'm laughing so hard because I can just right now imagine what Shantice is saying. Oh, I can just hear her voice. Oh my God. Man, he's crazy. You know, but again too, she know what she was getting herself into. You know he got the 6 kids, the 3 baby mamas, and, you know, so you know that from the beginning before you even let him come up in your house. You know, so she knew what she was getting herself into. Now you wait till you tired of it now, and now you want to say, oh, okay, you need to help me, this and that. So honestly, I'm gonna say it's her fault, because you knew what you was getting yourself into, and you allow it to go down because I guess in your mind, oh, he gonna do me different, or I could change it. That's her fault. You knew what you was getting.
All right, Lady Tamika, who's really wrong here?
I am so very sick and tired of these desperate women. Like, come on, please. They're the 6 kids. Okay, it takes 9 months just to get 1 kid. You got 6 of them and 3 baby mamas. And now we talking about you coming into my house, not just you, your dog, and a habit.
Excuse me.
Coco.
It's Coco. That's right. Not a dog. Coco. Coco. How dare you?
He could call a monkey. He could call a trouble. I don't care what her name is. It's a dog. So now I gotta feed my children, myself, you, your dog, and you got a lot of money in your pocket, and you can't. And your resolve for making sure that everything works. You want to be with me. You supposed to pay for it. He said, you and your kids. You're right. And that couch, you and that dog will be on their way out. You be hearing the machine go beep, beep, beep as they lift you and your dog out of my house. A year. You've been dealing with this foolishness. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Kenny says, put his sorry butt out. She's taking care of him and the dog. Bye-bye. Sir says, I agree with her. You can't live in the house without assisting her with the bills, and she's wrong for moving him in knowing he wasn't doing nothing. Shaking my head. Pastor KL.
Listen, while I agree with her, she put herself in that situation. How do you start dating somebody, going across the table, the dinner table at the restaurant, and he tells you he got 6 kids? You tell me you got 2 kids, I'm thinking about this now. Yeah, you got 6 kids, 3 baby mamas, and a dog. I'm sorry, Coco. And now I have to come live with you. So it didn't. Watch this scenario now. It didn't work out with none of your baby mamas. None of them. You know, it's not my fault. But none of your baby mamas thought that you were the prize. And now I have to come and live with you? And you don't question what happened? And you're okay with someone who has 6 children? You have children. You're working 12 hours a day to take care of your children. He's just laying up. Is he taking care of his children? Do you ever see an outing? Do you ever say, see, I gotta go get Tommy some sneakers? No. And you okay. But now you're tired of being sick and tired because he's not coming around the mountain when he comes.
Oh, I'm with you, Tamika. I'm so sick and tired. When are we gonna learn? And you know, Lord have mercy. So I'm talking to you, and you trying to get to know me, and I'm trying to get to know you. Now we ain't teenagers. We all grown people. I got kids, and I hear not only do you have kids, but you got 6 of them, and you got 3 baby mamas. Clearly, you ain't about nothing. Clearly, you ain't about nothing. First of all, you done went out and made 6 kids. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't care if you have money, because all the money is going toward the 6 kids, because you're not old enough to have no kids above the age of 18. So you're taking care of at least 3-4 of them from child support. I don't even want you. There's no interest in you. And I'm trying to figure out why is there interest in men who have gone out and produced 6 babies with 3 different women. And now my next question is what Pastor KL said. They didn't want you? Well, clearly something wrong. Why would I take... Oh my gosh. Not only am I dating you, but I take you and put you in my house with a dog. See, I don't understand people. It's more work to get them out than to get them in. And I'm a little too old to have to try to put you out. I'm too old to have that conversation. What is the matter? What is the matter? She said, I work 12 hours a day. And he looked at her and said, well, that's what you ought to do. You deserve that. You deserve that.
When he scrunched up his face and she was like he smelled it. It was just, I almost fell on the floor.
Yes. And then you're going to insist that I call her Coco because she's not a dog. No, she's not the dog. You're the dog. She's not the dog. You're the dog. Because every day I didn't work 12 hours and I got to come home and look at you and the dog. Oh no. Wait, she said you don't even help my kids with homework. He said, what they got to do with me? Lord have mercy. Do you understand, ladies? Do you understand the mentality of men like this? Because let me tell you something. He's not only helping your kids, he ain't helping none of his with homework either.
Absolutely not.
He's not helping those 6 kids with no homework, and he ain't never helped with no homework. And you take the money in your hand and you put it in your pocket. He's been doing that all along. At what point are we going to learn? Oh my gosh, at what point are we going to learn? And then, but wait, here's my question. A whole year.
Exactly.
Did you think it was going to change in a year, Al?
Absolutely not. I don't know what she was thinking. I'm lost.
What's the danger? Let me ask you, Al. What's the danger in waiting for a whole year? And ain't nobody got to repeat this answer because I'm coming to the other 2. Y'all ain't got to repeat it because I could think of 12 reasons why waiting a year is dangerous. What's a danger, Brother Al, in waiting for an entire year when you have never seen anything?
Well, one of the dangers is getting him out. He's resident now. He's resident now. Now you're going to actually have to go to court to get him out.
Lord have mercy. Tamika, what's a danger in letting this go for 12 months?
Ooh. It's kind of like if you let a fungus in any part of you, your house, your body, so, everything that comes with that fungus, you got it, baby. It's not just in your toes. It's now, you're trying to figure out why your eye bothering you. And it's because you let that fungus in. Your house is nasty. You thinking about it. You came with a dog, and now you got baby mama drama. Because trust and believe, there's going to be some days when them mama's going to come by and drop the kids off. And he's going to be like, I'm out. Now you're going to have to take care of his kids. And don't let 1 or 2 of them that have more than one child they bring in 2 and 3 and 6, all of them to your house. You got everything, the bills. He's got bills. You already paying. Trust me. If he's not giving you no money, you're paying your bills, his issues. All of it's coming to your house.
Pastor KL, what is a problem with letting him stay for 12 months before you approach this situation about getting him up out of there, telling him he gotta go?
Well, a problem is now you done made me comfortable. I done kicked up my legs on the table. Now this is my chair. No one sits in my chair. I ain't buying a chair, but it's my chair. I'm comfortable. How dare you now? After a year, after all this was going so good, you know what I mean? To now want me to leave. If I'm on my job and I'm not doing my job, but you let me not do my job for a year, guess what? Now you gotta write me up. You can't just fire me. You know, we never even have a conversation. All right, so right now you gave me a verbal warning after a year. You gave me a verbal. I gotta have a verbal, a written, and a final. I'm here for a little while longer.
Wow. Teddy says he came with the drama. She should have saw the signs. He can get high. He can pay bills. All right, I'm going here. We adults. I'm going here. I done gave it away for free for 12 months. That's a danger, in my opinion. I done gave it away for 12 months. I didn't let you sleep in the bed. I done gave it to you. You didn't had a nice old ball. And what have I gotten in return other than looking in your face? How cheap do I feel now? I can't erase that. How low have I brought myself that I've given you time, my money, my home, my heart, and my body? Stop. I'm going there. 12 months, you didn't let him have it. You didn't gave it away freely. For him to look at you and say this. Because I'm going to tell y'all, that's where my head goes. And how stupid could I be to just continue to let this go on and on and on and on? And I ain't said a word. For him to be that nonchalant and cavalier about everything you saying, that means you ain't said nothing.
Well, she didn't went even deeper than that, Pastor Steph. Now that because she's sleeping with him, you also then accepted those spirits on him.
Absolutely.
You didn't went to another whole realm.
And that's why I'm bringing that up. Thank you, Brother Al. That's why I'm bringing that up. That's why I didn't gave you everything. Now we didn't exchange all of this. All of this. Because you ain't wearing no condom for 12 months either. Yeah, you ain't even doing that either. You ain't even protecting yourself. So that means I could have possibly ended up with you, another one of you, baby number 7, because and now all your lackadaisical, nonchalant, disgusting issues now has been that's me. That's me. Because I can't get rid of that. I can put a condom on to chase the STDs away, but I can't do nothing. I can't put on nothing to chase the transference of your nasty, evil spirits. This is all that I've compromised. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. It's so bad. It is so bad. I just could not believe. I'm sitting there looking at this video and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be. And you got the nerve to be videotaping. And you videotaping. Stop. When we talk about relationships on Relationship Monday, here's another relationship that needs some weighing in on.
Yeah, she gonna come in the house and take nothing and rent. Another vacation?
What? Why is you sitting at the door waiting on me?
Another vacation?
Yes, and?
Okay, so you've been here about 3 months. Okay. Ain't paid me nothing in rent though.
Okay.
And
I didn't know I had to. As a friend, you volunteered to let me stay here for a little while.
What's a little while to you? It looks like you on your feet.
I'm not on my feet. That's why I'm still sitting here with you.
But I see like Louis Vuitton bags. LV.
You had it all. Because I didn't even buy this.
It doesn't matter who bought it. You didn't ask them to give you something on rent.
I didn't know I had have to pay rent.
I mean,
as a friend, you said you was friend. You could come stay with me. I'll help you get on your feet.
Right.
Now you mad because I'm taking trips and you can't?
Really? You really finna say that to me?
That's what I'm finna ask you. You really sitting at the door waiting on me to come?
Because all I done did for you? You finna ask me that? Yeah, I've been a friend to you, but it's going on, 5, 6, what you finna do?
I'm finna go upstairs and go to bed.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I just got off a plane, friend. I'm tired.
No, I'm tired too.
Of my life,
I bet you did.
I did.
I bet you did because you don't pay no bills here. No bills here. You don't put food in the fridge.
You sound mad. Big mad.
I'm real big mad. I want a Louis bag too.
Okay, I want to get you one.
Okay, but why you can't go stay with him then?
Because I want to stay with you because you volunteered your place.
Okay, well I'm volunteering. So you need to go ahead and get your bag, Louis V, all that, and you need to go back out the door. I'm not gonna do this with you. That's just selfish. It's all outdoors. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life.
Try again tomorrow.
Okay. No, I'm woke.
Okay.
I'm woke. Okay.
Well, baby, I already I got all my stuff here coming to this house.
Okay, well, you need to get first thing in the morning. You need to be gone.
Oh, you can start the process of eviction. That takes up to 30 days.
Okay, so let's see how long you last in this house.
Oh.
So wait on that eviction. Wait on it.
You threatening me?
Wait on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
what type of friend?
I'm gonna lock my door and then go to sleep.
Okay.
And you should too, because you need to try again tomorrow. You sleep.
Okay, I'm well woke.
Okay.
Okay, just selfish. Look at her. Unbelievable. Talking about a friend. Ain't no friend of mine.
Lord have mercy. Brother, Lady Tamika, what we got going on here? Tamika?
Unmute yours.
Pastor Steph, I'm gonna have to get off. I can't.
Okay.
I think I'm having issues with sound.
Okay. We can
I'll
hear
be right
you.
back. I can see your lips, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, Al. What you got? What we got going on here?
Oh my God! Where y'all finding these things?
Oh my
you know, and again, I fault the person who owned the house because again, that's something that should be established from the jump. Okay, people will assume too much. I tell people stop assuming things. Always, hey, listen, you need a place to stay. Okay, let's sit down. Let's talk about what's going on here. All right, let's talk about what gonna happen. I need you to help. You can stay here, but I need you to help. Pay some bills and things like that. You get on the field. Okay, you a little okay. Help pay the light bill or something. To get so you can get yourself together. These things need to be established from the front instead of people sitting back assuming that they would do what you would do. That's not the case. And now you sit back and you didn't let it went on for 5-6 months. Now you mad. And she right now you got to go through the process. And people don't, depending on what state she's in, because she's in New York.
Baby.
So depending on the state she's in, where it go to process. So that's just insane. People, have that conversation before you make that decision. She going on trips like it's okay. I ain't got nothing else to pay. I can use this money for a trip. Oh no, sir. She came back, door would have been locked.
Okay.
You've been locked.
Okay. Tamika, what we talking about here?
Okay. I think I got the gist of it. For some reason, sound went out for me. I'm under the impression that we have this friend who, we have an agreement that you can come stay with me, but in the time frame, I think it was 5 or 6 months. You haven't done anything. You haven't contributed. You could buy groceries. You could. The smallest bill that I have. You didn't offer anything, and I see you come back from a trip, and from the conversation, for the portion that I heard, that's not your first trip. You've been out and back again, and you feel like, okay, whatever money that you have, you can utilize for trips. And even if you didn't pay for the trip and somebody else paid for the trip, you didn't have any decency to say, okay, let me do such and such. You know, that's one of the things why you don't stay with friends. You figure it out. You know, you don't try and stay with your best friend or family members, because that's where a whole lot of chaos comes out, you know. And now she done said, you know, and then my thing is, as you being the person who's letting somebody in, you establish the rules and guidelines from day one. So that way there's no, you know, now I'm annoyed 5 and 6 months in, you know, you going in and going out, you haven't helped me with anything, you know. Now you're annoyed to the point that you're taking videotapes as she's coming in and out of the door.
Woo, chap. Pastor KL.
You cannot stay with me. Point blank. I don't care what your situation is. You know, and then when you are so obnoxious about it, you know, he bought me Louis Vuitton, he bought me this, and he bought me all that. And when I suggest, well, why he didn't put nothing on the phone bill? Well, I wasn't supposed to pay the phone bill. Well, you go to sleep, and then you're going to tell me to go to sleep at my house. You go to sleep, and I'm going to go lock my door. You ain't got no door. You ain't paying for nothing. So I wish you would lock the door. Your last few days is going to be very uncomfortable. So uncomfortable that they're going to have to roll away the stone to get you back. How about that? I will take the chance on changing the locks. Now, I know I can't do that, but guess what? It's going to inconvenience you. So I will listen. I will put a lock on the door in the room. I will put a change the lock on the door outside. They may tell me to change it, but who's going to be inconvenienced? Because you know why? Now I'm inconvenienced. So let's both be inconvenienced. Because guess what? I can't come back and change the lock until after I get out of work. How about I take a trip? How about I take a trip? My job is sending me away for work. I'll be back in a week.
I believe it's Joseph who's checking in. Good morning, Joseph. Thank you so much for joining us. It's top of the top. Do family. Peace. Peace and blessings to you all. I pray everyone is doing well. Stay warm, stay positive, and always remember to share love. Amen. We got our girl Kenny who says, you have to pay where you lay. Then you have the nerve to be talking mess. Joseph says, the female who allowed her friend to stay shares responsibility for not setting clear expectations, while the friend is responsible for not being considerate or looking out for her well-being. She's not a friend, she's a leech. Absolutely. I listened to some of the stuff this chick said. She said, start the eviction process, baby. You would wish I evicted you by the time you'd be so unhappy staying up in here. Yes, you can call the cops because you'd have to, because I'd lock up everything. The refrigerator would be locked. The cabinets would be locked. The bathroom door would be locked. If I had to shut the water off during the day, I would. You'd be so miserable, you'd be begging to get out of there and hoping you do anything, because now I have a charge. And I would let you know that. You will be very unhappy here, and I'm taking pictures of everything. So if anything comes up missing, if anything is tampered with, if anything is destroyed, I'm pressing charges. So, yo, it's on you. And you know, it's sad because, like Joseph said, it's something, you know, there wasn't something clearly indicated here. Right? I think you said it too, Brother Al. There's something, we didn't make something clear. We didn't make something clear. And if you're smart, especially like Al said, in New York, you're going to find this stuff before 30 days. You're not going to let this 30 days, because that's the first thing they always throw in your face. Oh, if they're here 30 days, now they are a resident. You wouldn't get that opportunity. You wouldn't get that opportunity. We didn't went from the man to the friend. And like Pastor Kale said, she goes, you go rest because you sleepy, baby. Oh, she'd eat every word she said. She'd eat every word she said. When you went upstairs, there wouldn't be a door. Wouldn't be a door, nothing. Wouldn't be a door in the bathroom. Wouldn't be a door. If I had to dismantle my house, you gonna be unhappy. Since I did not give clear expectation, and you took advantage of that, you gonna eat that.
And you know,
I hate to say it.
Here in New York, it's not a 30-day notice no more. It's 90 days. They changed that. So in New York, they changed it from 30 days to 90 days now.
Wow.
So that's 3 months right there.
Wow. That you got to deal with somebody. Nah. And see, people prey on, or you know what? There was no remorse, no nothing. She didn't say anything that said, you know what? You know what? You're right. She said, you put food. That's all she had done was put food. I don't need your food. You take that food and you go elsewhere. I don't want your food. I couldn't believe. And then you let her go upstairs, baby. You know how they put the child lock across the gate, across the steps? When I tell you, I would have been so ready for her. Nah. She wouldn't have been able to go across them. If I had to put a whole metal fence up with a gate, and it's my house, I can do whatever I want to do to it. When I tell you, she would have been a miserable individual.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way in the world. But you know what? Here's the sad part, and I want us to talk about this. We got a couple of minutes. The sad part about this is she thought that maybe talking to her at this level would have worked. Tamika, why didn't this work? Again, why didn't this work? A million ways why this didn't work. Why?
Just like the other one. You allowed it. You know, you opened up. There were no boundaries. There were no guidelines. There was nothing established, you know, to say, oh, well, that's my bestie. You know, of course you can stay with me. So when she went into the refrigerator and took, you know, you got off of work, you've been working hard, you get home, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get that such and such and such, because it's going to be sitting there and she's sitting there, you know, ooh, that burns me up. Like, you didn't put your name on it because you figure, oh, that's my bestie. You know, or, you know, you think, okay, we've talked about that many a times. You know, she looked like the type of person, you know, you sitting waiting for the shower, you on your way to work, she in the shower for the last 45 minutes. We talking about New York City.
That would kill me in and of itself.
Or she the person that can't go to sleep without the TV. And you're the person that got to have complete silence. There's all these things, you know, and what is my best? So now at this point, you annoying. You know, there was nothing that said, okay, don't do this, don't do this. You can do this. You're going to pay something. You open the door for all of this by not opening up your mouth. And now you wait till, you know, you put so much in the bottle, and now you right here. Now she done that one trip. Now you are about ready to explode.
Woo-wee, Brother Al. What's one reason why it was wrong to wait this long?
They wasn't on the same page from the jump. You wasn't on the same page, and I don't think people understand that at times you cannot do business and things with friends because of what they expect. Right. I remember when me and my brother first bought our second house. We was, you know, looking for people to rent, and a friend of ours, and I was like, I don't know. And my brother was like, well, maybe we could give him a try. And when me and him sat down and talked, and his first question to me was, yeah, I could afford it, which he could afford it. But then he messed up where he said, do I have to give first month rent and security? I said, there it is. Yeah. I said to him, if you go to somewhere else, don't you have to do that?
That's right.
But you looked at it because we friends, you can skip past certain things. So I was like, absolutely. And I was straight with him. I said, nah, bro, you know what? I don't do business with family and friends because, you know, take advantage. Oh, you my friend, so this is supposed to happen.
You should understand.
Right. She didn't have the thought to say, oh, well, my friend is looking out for me. I'll help her out. Oh, my friend looking out for me, so I'm good. I can do this and I can do that. So they wasn't on the same page from the jump. So that would mess everything up. And then, like she said, she waited too long. After that first month, okay, I'm gonna give you that first month, and you didn't do everything. Hey, listen, we need to have a conversation now before this goes too far. Now she might have been a great friend, but just not to live with. So now friendship is broken. Y'all probably never speak to each other again over something that should have been discussed.
Yep. And now all the friends know. Pastor KL.
Well, in the words of one of my besties, Andy, you ain't got no blankety blank friends. You ain't got none. You ain't got none. So that would have been it right then and there for me. But then, you know, I feel bad because we did a program yesterday, Pastor Steph and I. What does God say? Okay, so let's go with, you ain't got no blankety blank friends, but what would God say? God will say, write the vision and make it plain.
Make it plain.
You gotta make it plain. Listen, I'm not homeless. I don't need to eat your food. These are the things that you need. So these are the things that I need you to do to contribute, not because I need it, but because you need a place to stay. And as you know, because you're homeless, you can't live anywhere for free. So these are the outlines that we're going to do. We're not taking long baths, you know what I mean? If by any means, you know what I mean, they call it a such and such bath, when you just splash in the sink. Listen, the less water I can use in here, the better. If you cannot deal with these stringent rules, then you might need to find another friend. But as for me in my house, what would God say?
Woo-wee! My Due Time crew. Always giving it up. Thank you so much for your contribution into today's conversation. And we pray you have a blessed day.
Pastor Steph, before we go,
yes,
I just wanted to mention, ever since the PSA with regard to the warm water, I have been doing it every morning, and I do notice a difference. So thank you.
Oh,
PSAs, everybody, pay attention. They help.
Well, I might
well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that check-in and letting us know, you know, that's vital. That's vital that you have followed the instruction and you're now helping us understand it works. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Too, Pastor. Make sure you check. Make sure you check on Shantice. I know she done passed out by now looking at these.
I was wondering. I said she must be working real hard on that switch tip. Because she said one word. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, everybody.
God bless you, everyone.
Okay. Brian says, hey, Brian, thank you for joining us. God would say, turn the other cheek. No, God would not say, be a jackass. I'm sorry. No, he wouldn't. It's time for the switch with Shantice. Let's take a morning to Shantice. Is she still breathing? Yes. All righty. Brian, you wait till that closing. I'm going to give you some things that God would say about these things here. Brian says, hey, Shantice, what you got for us today?
Good morning, everyone. Today we have the switch with Shantice, where we are making the switch from the streets to our godly seat. And I actually did not have anything in mind. I was blank as to what our switch tip of the week. I'm like, okay, God, tap in and second now. And as Pastor Steph had us view these videos, Do not be unequally yoked is our switch tip 240. And I believe we covered this before in some sense, but it seems extremely befitting right now. Okay, so definition to being unequally yoked: partnering with unbelievers. And of course, when we hear of this, any one of us who grew up in church, or you've frequently been going to church lately, you hear unequally yoked, immediately you associate that with romantic relationships. Man, don't look for a woman who's not in the Lord if you're committed to the Lord. Women, do not look for a man who's not in the Lord if you're committed to the Lord. But as we were reminded, especially with these 2 videos this morning, is that being unequally yoked is not only confined to a romantic relationship. It is also fitting to work relationships, social relationships, friendships, family, anything. Now, we do not have the ability to choose our family. However, we have every bit of ability to choose which family members we get tight and hang out with, because I don't know about y'all, but I see how God has been preventing me from going any further than a, hey, how are you? Good to see you. See you at the next birthday party. Maybe at the next funeral with certain family members, okay? Yeah, it sounds a little sad, but if God knows that these people are not conducive to the life that he has you live in, if he sees them as being people who will continually put stumbling blocks in front of you, he will separate you from them. It doesn't matter who they are. And I love God for that. I don't know about y'all, brother, father, sister, mother. This same Jesus is the Jesus that said, if you put mother, father, sister, brother before me, you are none of mine. So you think it would be okay for him to now either him couple us up with people who will help us to be that wedge in between us and Jesus? He's okay with just falling back and allowing us? Nah, that doesn't make any sense. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, 14 through 15 in the Amplified version reads, do not be unequally bound together with unbelievers. Do not make mismatched alliances with them, inconsistent with your faith. For what partnership can righteousness have with lawlessness? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony can there be between Christ and Belial, Satan? Or what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? And as I'm reading this, the Holy Spirit is bringing to mind how someone I met and we grew to become really, really cool. There were a lot of commonalities. You know, we were both grinders and hustlers, and in the good sense, you know, I'm doing what I do, they're doing what they do. And, you know, there were a lot of things that we could have collaborated with and done. And, you know, God had to where he was telling me, you know, after a very short while that, you know, okay, this is one of the people I need you to minister to. I need you to assist with bringing them back to me. They didn't want God, but whether it had to do with business, whether it had to do with leisure time, whether it had to do with all that, they were fine with chilling. They were fine. Oh, you know, business-wise, let's do this and let's collaborate on that and da-da-da-da. And it was all sounding good. And I'm looking at, you know, the success rate that they have. I'm looking at the work ethic that they have, and they were pretty good. And I know my work ethic, and I know that especially when I collaborate with other people, it just gives me even more energy to really be on point. But the Holy Spirit had to keep reminding me, be careful, because if they don't want Jesus, this ain't gonna go but so far. Okay, all this nice, so yeah, let's do this and we can collaborate on that and we can do this and we can do that. I'm sorry. How are you fitting to commit to attending meetings, collaborating on certain ideas, all of that, but you don't want to go to church? You don't want to pray on a consistent basis. People who claim that they want to commit to you in any way, but they don't want God, they're lying, okay? And their commitment to you is going to be extremely short-lived. Amos 3:3 in the Message version reads, Do two people walk hand in hand if they aren't going to the same place? Oh my goodness. When I read that in this version, I was like, God, this is what I love. I always call the Message version of the Bible the hood version, because you can't get any more simplistic with the wording of God's word than the Message version. And it still makes every bit of sense. We're not going in the same place. So if I continue to use the scenario that I just gave, you're talking about two business-minded people who are grinding, doing what they need to do, learning as they go, making moves, trial and error, so on and so forth, right? But I'm aiming to be a godly businesswoman, meaning that already the work ethic that God has given me, the protocols that God has given me, the momentum God has given me is way different than the average businesswoman in and of the world. Completely different. You're not aiming to be a business person of God. You're just aiming to be a business person. So a lot of things that make sense to you, God is showing does not make sense to being a brand and business owner in Him. Already, we're not going to the same place. We're not going to the same place. We can't have business dinners over, business meetings over cocktails. I no longer drink, okay? So we're collaborating on something, and you may want to meet with an investor. Okay, wait a minute, hold up already. I ain't with the investors because God is my investor. And a lot of times it sounds cliche and it sounds like, oh, you dragging it. You don't have to be an extremist. Listen, because we're not going the same place, we don't have the same mindset. We don't have the same understanding. Be unequally yoked. That's what happens when you partner with people who are not a believer in the same thing that you believe in, or the same one that you believe in. Matthew 12, verse 30, Amplified version reads, Message version reads, "This is war, and there is no neutral ground. If you're not on my side, you're the enemy. If you're not helping, you're making things worse." And again, it may sound so extreme, but let me quickly break something down to y'all. Remember, God says you're either hot or you're cold. There is no in between. If you play the field, if you play the fence, if you try to straddle the fence, I will vomit you out. And what I love about the word of God is because God is so unmatched, and because He's the creator of all things and He owns all things, He really helps you to understand that whether you're talking about Him directly or indirectly, it all applies. So to be unequally yoked means to partner with unbelievers. It's not only people who don't believe it. It's heightened and it's magnified, and it's mainly when you don't believe in God, but they believe in God. Or they don't believe in God and you believe in God. But even before you introduce God, even if you're just talking worldly terms, again, if you're not going the same place I'm going, if my standard is here and yours is here, we're not going the same place. We're not partnered up. I'm not believing the same thing you believe. In the first video, he believed that he could sit and leech off this woman who's working, but he could sit there and smoke with his dog. We're not believing the same thing. In the second version, one friend is believing that, oh, well, you said I could stay, so that means I don't have any obligation. The other friend is believing I said you can stay, but out of just common sense, which we have to remember, and it's not a flower that grows in everyone's garden, okay? It means that you should at least have consideration to contribute $5, $1.50. If that's all you have, I'll take it. Let me be the one to say no, thank you. So we have to make sure we are making the conscious decision of making the switch from partnering ourselves up with people who are not going where we're going, who are not believing in the one and believing in the things that we believe in, to making sure that we are partnering up with God consistently so that He can partner us up with the people, places, and things that align with what He has for us in our lives. Thank you, Pastor Steph.
Thank you, Shantice. Thank you. Let us not be unequally yoked. Do not be unequally yoked. Oh my goodness gracious. Another practical switch tip. Thank you so much for your contribution. And we pray you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too.
All righty. Well, you know what my tagline is, everybody. But before we go there, please join me tonight at 9:00 for There's More to Be Said right here on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. If you're tuning in now, you can tune in later. So clear out so you can come back and see what else we're talking about and what God has to say. Oh, God has something to say about everything. So we're going to talk about from both sides. Well, we're going to talk about taking care of one another. We're going to talk about the friend who allowed the friend to move in when she became homeless. And God says in Hebrews 10:24, and let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. So that's me bolstering you. When you're down, I pull you up. All righty. Another scripture. Let's see. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another. John 13:34. So it's about us thinking outside of ourselves. No, would I like to have you live with me? No. But, are you down? Then yes. Okay. I'll take the chance. And I think you know what you should be doing. And again, this is why we don't say certain things when we should. All right. 1 Timothy 5:8. We're going to talk about from the other side, the friend that takes advantage. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So we're talking about the boyfriend sitting on the couch for 12 months. And we're talking about the girlfriend who took advantage, and she is all over the place traveling instead of doing what she needs to do. Romans 13:8. Owe no one anything except to love each other, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. The word of God also says, who has decided to build a house and didn't count up the cost? That, the thing I love about God's word is it's broad but narrow but broad. You can get so much, and these scriptures could just go across the board. Shantice just said, do not be unequally yoked. Let me help you with something, and I'm going to go to these two particular situations. Do not be unequally yoked. You were unequally yoked when you met the man with 6 kids and 3 baby mamas. You were taking care of business before he even got to you. You knew what it was like to take care of business. You knew what it was like to take care of your friend, of your children. He didn't. And he let you know that from the beginning. You decided to be unequally yoked for whatever the reason is. The friend, the 2 girlfriends, let me tell you something. She has shown signs that she's selfish, self-centered, and she's not about doing the right thing long before you let her move in with you. There is nowhere in the world, this is a surprise, that you did not see any of these traits in her. My question is, why is she homeless? She's an adult. You're an adult that you have somebody in your corner who could take you away, not once, not twice, but several times. Now, either that one person is taking you away several times, you're using them, because if you ain't got no money she said, I ain't got no money. So she has no money to give you. She surely has no money to take on this vacation. So she's laying up on you, as well as taking advantage of anybody who says, come on, let's go on vacation. They are sponsoring this trip, not once, not twice. You see these things. Don't be unequally yoked. God says, who plans to build a house without counting up a cost? That's also friendship. That's also relationship. Have you counted up the cost of what it's going to take out of you in order to be this person's friend? Pay attention. Pay attention to everything. Not only saying turn the other cheek, he just gave several scriptures that say, be on the lookout. Don't be unequally yoked. Love one another. And don't take advantage of one another. God has already spoken. If you walk yourself into that situation, now what? Listen, just be careful. Be careful. There are some friends, and I don't know if it was Shantice or one of the Due Time members who said, I can be your friend, but be a friend from afar. I don't have to partner up with you with things, Shantice. We don't have to become business partners, Brother Al. We don't know. No. We just gonna be friends. You there, I'm here. I can love you from afar. There are things that we can do together. And there are things that we don't do together. Let me tell you something. I've cut off a many of people. We getting too old to be late to everything. We getting too old for you ain't never got no money when it's time to go out. We getting too old for when it's time to go out. You got $5, I got $35, and now if I look over at you, I'm spending and you looking over at me with a long puppy dog face. No, the company that you keep. And I believe Pastor KL said that. Know those who labor amongst you. Absolutely right. I love the word of God because it is narrow yet broad, broad but yet narrow. Know that these scriptures are not just for one thing. It's not in that box. Know those who labor amongst you. When we go to work, each and every day, I see how lackadaisical you are. Now I'm going to ask you, do you want to go on a trip with me? Oh, hey, we going on vacation. You want to go? I see you right here. You're not doing even what you're being paid to do. Oh, pay attention. Pay attention. You know, friendship to me, in my almost 60 years, friendship to me is a gift. And I put that in both scenarios. So with the one sitting on the couch for 12 months, and the girlfriend who allowed her friend to move in, or the girlfriend who allowed, me to move in with her. Whichever side you want to look at this. Friendship is a gift. Friendship is a gift. When you find a friend, you have found gold. You know, the Bible speaks of friendship in many different ways. If you see your brother falling, pick him up. That's only not just somebody in the street, but that's also someone you care about, a friend. Because a friend is going to notice that you're falling, even though it's not obvious to everybody. Ooh, pay attention. A friend is going to see when you're struggling, even when you're smiling and saying you're all right. They're going to reach out and they're going to pick you up. And shame on you to take advantage of that. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. When you don't see the things that God needs you to see. You know, there's that tough love that God needs us to give from time to time. And the tough love starts at the beginning. It doesn't always start. So in other words, the tough love started when it was time for you to move in. Now, whether this was the male and the female, whether this was two friends, you're not supposed to be living together. No way. Brother Ainsley said it several times. If you start the process off wrong, it is not going to go right. I say it all the time. Once you get something started off course, it is hell getting it back to where it should have been from the beginning, because you way down the line at this point. It's tough love has to start from the beginning. Me and you are dating and I love you so much, but listen, I got to teach you that tough love. I know you might be down, but listen, we can't live together until we get married. Now, if I see that you ain't got the right frame of mind or the right components in order to get married, I'm gonna have to toughen up and say, you have to get yourself together. And one of them things is how you handling these 6 kids and these 3 baby mamas. Doesn't mean I don't care for you, doesn't mean I don't love you. But I got to show you some tough love right now, because I don't need for us to get 12 months into this and feeling sorry for you. And then now I'm the one who's eating the heartache, the headache, the pocket ache, and everything else. One of the other things that was bad for her to move him in, and 12 months in, we don't work. Your children have been watching this go on for 12 months. Now, they may not know some of the intricate details, but guess what? They've seen enough. They've seen enough. And if you unhappy, oh baby, let me tell you something. You didn't show that to them kids one way or another. You slamming a dish, a cabinet, a door. You mad at everybody. Yeah. You didn't show this thing. Tough love. Tough love starts at the beginning when my girlfriend said she had no place to live. And I'm willing to come let her live with me. Okay, so listen, this is how it goes down. Are you working? Because let me tell you something. I'm not taking nobody in that don't work. Oh, no. That's not going to happen. Because I can't afford for you to live on me. No, that's not happening. Because guess what? 4 or 5 months in, you can't be mad that they have not contributed anything. Because if they didn't start with nothing, how could they give you anything? I'm going to get a job. Okay, you get the job. Somebody you know can take you in without working. And if you don't have anybody in your corner, I really gotta do some detective work and figure out why. And I'm gonna tell you something. God has given us that GPS we talked about last night. God has given us insight and discernment. You ain't really got to spell out a whole lot of stuff. You really ain't got to put a whole lot out there. Trust me when I tell you, if I'm really tuned into who you are, I already know why you ain't got nobody else in your corner. Oh, trust me. I already can see why nobody else wants to invest in you. I'm not going to be the one to do it because I already know this ain't going to go over so far. Because see, I'm the one who I have to watch. Every time you flush the toilet, it costs me money. Every time you run water, it costs me money. To bathe you, it costs me money. Now, here's the thing. Can I let you come every so often? You spend a night? Don't come spend a weekend. You got to go. You have got to go. And we already know, I'm not expecting anything from you if you spend a night. No, because I'm going to look out for you that way. Listen, you need to eat. You ain't got to come over and eat. I have no problem. If I don't want you spending the night, there's something you can do. Now, God charges us with that. That's why I say God does not have you bite the whole apple. You don't have to eat the whole apple. But again, one plants the seed, one waters, and God gives the increase. See, this is why I tell you the word of God is broad, because that already tells you that it doesn't mean that you gonna plant the seed, you water. One plants the seed, one waters. That means that this is a shared responsibility. So all the people you know, you ain't got nobody. So you got all your boys. Where you get that dog from? Who'd you buy it from? Who'd you get it from? All these people, you know, and nobody do nothing for you. Why? If you watch long enough, let me tell you something. Everybody I know, I can tell the deficiencies that's going on in them. And I hope that they can tell the deficiencies that's going on in me. It may not be huge deficiencies, but there are deficiencies in every one of us. And if we are friends, if we love one another, or we could tell some areas that we all can improve on. Okay, so be smart. Be smart. You help as you can, and you're willing to help. And make sure, again, that you didn't check in with God. Because you don't want to say you come out for one meal when God didn't told you to get 5 meals. You don't want to mess up like that. God is not going to walk you into a situation where you're going to be taken advantage of. You're not. He's not. That's not that kind of God. He's not that kind of God. So just be careful in the things that you volunteer for. You want to be helpful, you love, but I'm going to tell you something. You got this girlfriend who moved in, and 2-3 months in, she's taken several trips, but hasn't done anything in your house but buy food. And then when you approach her, regardless of how you approach her, she gonna tell you to go to sleep because you tired. She gonna tell you work on it. No. She didn't badmouth somebody else, and you just thought it was them. The 2 of them, the 4 of them. No, it's her. And you're now getting that same butt to kiss that they did. Why you think she couldn't go nowhere else? Because she didn't gave them her mouth, her attitude, and her butt to kiss. And they're done. So now here you are. And instead of saying to her, you can bring an outfit and take a bath, but you can't, I'm not going to let you stay. And listen, be honest. Be honest. No, you can't say yes to everybody on everything. Because at the end of the day, here's the caution. Who ends up sinning? Who ends up sinning right along with her? Who ends up sinning right along with her? You will. So before you set yourself up for failure, examine the facts. That's the word of God. Examine the facts. As Pastor KL said, write a plan and make it plain. Do it all, and you won't end up behind the people. Just do your part. You may not have been called to take her in. You may have just been called to give her something to eat. You may have just been called to let her come and bathe. You may have been called just to do one or two things. But you bit off the whole apple. You didn't take a bite out of the apple and let someone else come along and take the bite out of the apple. All right? Be smart. Be smart. You've been watching It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. Join us Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. where we discuss matters of the heart, mind, and spirit. As you go through your day, be sure to set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. They will only serve as a distraction. Remember, prayer changes. It's Pastor Steph signing off, and I want to thank my Due Time crew for always coming through big time. Thank you for hanging out with us and helping keep the chat room alive. Please do not miss this opportunity to give Christ your life right now. Please do not miss this opportunity to strengthen that relationship with the Lord right now, because later is not promised to any of us. Until tonight, right here on YouTube Live, a Closer Walk Christian Media Network, and Facebook Live, a Closer Walk Coach for Christian Life. Join me right here for there's more to be said. See what's going on in that conversation. I'm going to join that chat room. I look forward to having you. Tomorrow is Let's Talk About It Tuesday, Church Folk Day. Until then, God spares life. I love